All right. So you won't believe that a Ghanaian living USA to come to Ghana to come find. Will you believe that? Well, so today we are coming to have a conversation about farming right here at Sweetberry Ranch. And over the years, the government has also been advocating for planting for food and job. And in the country, that shows how relevant the agriculture depends on the economy. So that's what we are going to discuss here today at Jolo, at Sweetberry Ranch here. So, well, a Ghanaian living USA to come to Ghana to come and engage in farming. Well, interesting, right? So let's stick and stay and let's have that conversation. All right. So finally, our man is here for our conversation at Sweetberry Ranch. So, big man, you are welcome.
Thank you.
A lot has been said about you.
Yeah.
First of all, our viewers would love to know who actually is behind Sweetberry Ranch.
Thank you. So my name is Kel Sena Chahi.
Okay.
A native of Jolo,
All right.
Bogame. Both parents are from here. Spent a lot of time here as a kid. I wrote my common entrance here at Jolo EP middle school. So yeah, that's my background. I attended primary school partly in Tema, partly here. I went to Presec, Legon, and on to KNUST, where I got a bachelor's in metallurgical engineering, mineral processing, right?
Okay.
So I'm supposed to be mining gold and silver and other things, but here I am mining cashew and rearing goats and making surabi, and it's all good. It's been fulfilling. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
That's great. That's great. So you are serving the big God.
Yes, absolutely.
Because this from Presec always say they serve the big
God. Yes.
All right. So what was the concept about Sweetberry Ranch?
Okay, well, Sweetberry Ranch, we initially set up, so I should say the main thing here, we're sitting on approximately, I think it's 16 acre.
Okay.
We started out with the cashews.
That's right.
That was the initial plan. It was like a whole long-term, maybe retirement plan to have a plantation that we can fall back on in old age. I realized that one of the biggest gaps we have in this country is retirement planning. Our money depreciates so quickly. Normally you have things, snit, whatever, but everybody or most people will tell you that simply doesn't cut it in retirement. So that was my initial idea, to do cashew. Or let me tell a story. When I was younger, I used to always admire when you go to town or to the bank and you see the farmers with their kente cloth and their big bag of cash depositing, because cocoa, who harvests cocoa. It's always fascinated me, and I've always been. So I'm like, when I'm old, I want to be able to have something like that, fall back on, that is taking care of itself or helping take care of me. So that was the initial idea. That cashew, 13 or so acres is cashew primarily.
Okay.
On the other bits, we have some fruits. We have pineapples surrounding the farm. We have other fruits right here, and then we have a lot of palm. Okay. So I mean, we have the palm. My family, we have come from a long tradition of palm wine distillers, and that. So a lot of things fed into the development of this place. But as I said, we started out with cashew. Now we have goats, we have other things, we do maize and stuff. And I mean, if you want to get specific on stuff, we can get into
specifically, how many crop types do you have on this particular field?
So we have the cashews mainly, we have a bit of palm, we have pineapples, we have an acre of soursop, alugreen to green.
Okay.
We have an acre and a half of oranges, I believe. The oranges are not doing very well, so I think we only have about an acre left. But primarily, that's what it is. So the mainly is cashew and the palm.
That's fine. Well, there are so many businesses. Why not venture into of those businesses, but you've decided to come into agriculture?
Into agriculture, right? So, as I said from the beginning, my initial motivation was all about retirement and something that will take care of you in an old age where we are not able to do anything. If it's cocoa harvesting or cashew, that was the initial. But as we started, him and Vava, and I kept getting experiences. Sometimes we want to have a pepper soup, we want a goat, and we can't even find a goat to buy. Sometimes we have to take an Okada and go all the way to Balime, Togo to buy goats and stuff. And we'll be coming back, and the customs people will be making fun of us. But why don't you guys rear your own goats? And why are you coming all the way? And to be honest, it didn't make sense to me. So we said, like, why don't we start our own little goat thing too? You know, at least. Right. So it's been about less than a year now. We started flirting with the good ideas, and it's working out pretty good. We are learning as we go. So that's a new structure that we actually just put up yesterday to expand the whole goat pen. So there are a lot of things that are informing our decisions. Right now, I'm going to tell you that the goat is one of our major focuses. We want to, because I see the potential. We see a lot of potential, and as I'm saying, the festivities are coming. Like we have a yam festival coming, Christmas time. I'm telling you, go to whole market, you can even get a goat to buy. They are calling outrageous prices, and I think it's just weird. It's not. It doesn't make sense to me. So we're like, why not, right? So right now, my hope and my focus is that in the next year or two or so, we will actually become very well known for the goat as well, because we're focusing and putting a lot of energy into that as well. And we know that the demand is there. And goat, that's what we use for most things in our, especially the Volta and the country as a whole. So again, that is another Aponchikakra, exactly. So you know,
but it's super.
Exactly. So
goats.
Yes, exactly.
It's very expensive too. And that comes to the financial aspect of running the farm. How expensive is it?
It is expensive. It's because, especially starting out with the cashews, right?
Okay.
Cashews are normally not even viable like to 7-8 years. Even that we are talking now full maturity, and we are in our 8th year now.
All right.
So last year's harvest was the first a little something, right? A few bags. But so for the first 8 years, we are talking about clearing this 13-acre field twice a year, spraying this, that. It's a lot of money pumped into it. That is some of the reasons and the motivations for having some maize on the side, on the side that occasionally can at least bring something back to the workers on here. But you're absolutely right. The beginning, especially of crop, not crop plants are easier. They are every year you get something, right? But when you're venturing into the cashews and the cocos and those kind of things, you know that it's a long-term plan or long-term investment. So from your 8th year, like going from this year onwards, we are hoping that the cashew will start turning something viable. And one of our ideas too is that we are not going to just sell the cashew nuts. We want to actually form a small mini processing industry, right? Add value to the cashew, come out with our own cashew nuts, sweet berry ranch branded cashew nuts, where we can have in the shops and supermarkets.
All right.
Because that, at the same time, we'll be creating a small scale industry and employ some people. That is always at the back of our mind. How do we get the local people involved? How do we create some employment? So so that is the plan with regards to the cashew. So the financing bit there, it's always there. You will need to invest money into it, but the good thing is, or from my perspective, is the good thing is you can do it little by little, right? You don't have to start with the sky. It's 1 acre at a time, half an acre at a time, and then you grow it like that.
All right. So that comes to the labor aspects. We realize that you are not also stable in the country. So when it comes to the management of the farm and the labor as a whole, how do you go about it?
It's always a challenge as well, right? Getting good people to work for you. It's not easy. Ghana, and I don't know, maybe it's a worldwide issue. I don't know. But somebody once told me that it's not about how many people you get, right? But it's how many you if you are lucky to get a few good people to help you along, then you stand a chance. So
that's great.
We only have 2 full-time employees here on the ranch.
All right.
We have a manager who oversees both the ranch and the factory operations for Sorabi. And then a couple of seasonal workers when we actually need to do, or when the clearing comes and we need to, that we take on temporary labor for, I don't know, a week or 2 or whatever is needed, and then we knock that out. But currently, so we're only operating about 4 full-time employees.
All right.
But they do a pretty good job. So
that's great.
We get it done.
That's great. And aside the farming, to what other things do you do aside farming?
Oh, personally, I'm an engineer. I'm a cybersecurity expert.
Okay.
CISSP, Certified Information System Security Professional, and I do trainings. I teach people about information security, information technology. I don't have a footprint in Ghana with regards to that a lot yet. I'm working on that. The idea is that I want to transition fully to Ghana in the next few years. So that is obviously going to be part of the plan alongside of my day job, if you like. But honestly, I would rather just be in full-time farming, enjoying what I really like doing. But yeah, on the other side, that's what I do as well. When I'm in the US, I work as a cybersecurity or information security.
That's great. That's great. And I know you love to tell people in the diaspora to also come home, to come concentrate or come invest in Ghana and specifically agriculture. So what will you tell them?
Well, my advice is that you have to. It's a sacrifice, right? It's because, as like I said, the rewards are not. They are not overnight. They will take some time and they'll take some commitment. You might have some family struggles. It's not easy staying away from the family, you know. Several times a year I'm out here and I have to go back and forth. I have kids, I have family, so that is also a challenge. But and I know most diasporas have a dream of retiring back home, but at the same time, a lot of them come and then they just cannot stand it and go back because it's a learning curve. The culture is different, the labor is different, the returns are different. People don't pay their bills the same way. So if you come back here with a kind of mindset, foreign mindset, it's very difficult. I have been on this for 8 years and I can still tell you there are lots of things that baffle me. I'm still learning every day. So, but I mean, you can see that it will be fine, right? At the end of the day, once you have that long-term view and you are passionate about it, it will work. That long-term view will come to fruition. But again, as I said, it takes time, it takes money, it takes commitment, and you shouldn't expect rewards overnight, right? The learning curve is quite steep and you should give yourself that time. But I can tell you it's fulfilling, right? It's whenever I'm here, I am happy. I'm at home. This is where you want to be. So, and I know they want to do. So, one of the advice I'm going to give is you need somebody here that you can trust that will kind of hold your back when you're not here. But at the same time, you cannot just do it in absentia. You have to be here as much as possible, right? Ideally, you should be here full time.
All right.
So, I have been lucky with a supportive family at least for the last 2-3 years. I'll say I am here 4-5 times a year.
All right.
So back and forth, it's not easy, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we will start seeing all the benefits. Already, we are seeing the benefits with some of the products that are coming out of the ranch. So with time, I know that will be
for
good.
For sure. All right. So you just heard him. So I think that will be all for now, and we'll fully go to the other part of the ranch, and I would want you all to stick and stay with us to bring you the next part of the ranch. We will talk more about Surabi later on in our next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.